Hello friends, I hope all of you are doing well and welcome to yet another video at Finance MCQ channel. So let's begin and solve some more MCQ questions towards the preparation of your BHEL Supervisor Trainee Finance exam. So friends, the first question is, first annual general meeting should be held within dash of closing of first financial year. The options are option A 3 months, option B 6 months, option C 9 months and option D 12 months and last option none of the above. So friends, remember that the first annual general meeting should be held within 9 months of the closing of first financial year, and subsequent annual general meetings after the first AGMs should be held within a period of 6 months from the end of every financial year. Moving on. Friends, next question is, RTGS in banking stands for real-time gross settlement statement, resident gross tax gross statement, real tax growth statement, real-time gross settlement and last option none of the above. So friends, remember that RTGS is quite a common word used in banking scenario which is a mode of fund transfer. So here RTGS means option D, real-time gross settlement. And friends, there are some other important words which are used in banking field which are NEFT, UPI and IMPS. So well, NEFT stands for Net Electronic Fund Transfer, UPI stands for Unified Payment Interface and IMPS stands for Immediate Payment Service. Moving on. Next question is, if profit sharing ratio is not specified in the partnership deed, then profits or losses will be shared in dash by partners. Well, the options are capital ratio, then ratio decided by the partner holding major share, then equal ratio, either of the above, none of the above. So friends, when partnership deed is silent as regards to the distribution of profit and losses, then in that case profit and losses will be shared in equal ratio. So the correct answer will be option C. Friends, next question, the concept of dash is working on continuous cost reduction in any system to create incremental value for the customer on a continual basis. Here the options are just in time, Kaizen costing, 5S, total productive maintenance and Six Sigma. So friends, here remember that the correct answer here is Kaizen costing. So friends, in Kaizen costing every time we are making small incremental changes in the process so as to get a long-term benefit. Now friends, let's understand the other options given in the question. The first is just in time. So friends, just in time is a system of manufacturing where goods are received by the supplier only when it is needed in the production process. This is basically done to reduce inventory cost. The third option is 5S. So friends, 5S is a workplace organization method and 5S stands for sort, set in order, shine, standardize and sustain. And friends, next option is total productive maintenance, which is a method of physical asset management to achieve overall equipment effectiveness. And friends, overall equipment effectiveness is measured by performance, availability and quality. And friends, the last option, Six Sigma, is related to measuring defects in a process, and by using Six Sigma a company can develop ways to eliminate them and practically achieve zero defects. So here the correct answer was Kaizen costing. Friends, moving on. So friends, the next question is, the first auditor of a company is appointed by shareholders, promoters, board of directors, registrar of companies and none of the above. So friends, remember that the first auditor of a company is appointed by board of directors. And friends, if board of directors fails to do so, then they will inform the members who will appoint within 90 days by calling an extraordinary general meeting. And friends, what is the tenure of first auditor? So friends, remember that the first auditor shall hold office till the conclusion of first annual general meeting. Moving on. Next question, the number of tax slab rates in case of new tax regime under section 115 BSC is applicable from financial year 2021 are. Option A is 3, option B is 5, option C is 7, option D is 10, option E is 12. So friends, there are total 7 tax slab rates in the new tax regime, and these are, first is nil, then 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 25% and eventually last is 30%. So nil is up to 2.5 lakh rupees and 5% would be between 2.5 to 5 lakhs and 10% would be between 5 to 7.5 lakhs and 15% would be between 7.5 to 10 lakhs and 20% would be for 10 lakhs to 12.5 lakhs and 25% would be income exceeding 12.5 lakhs to 15 lakhs, and 30% would be for income exceeding 15 lakh rupees. Moving on. Next option is a supply of package consisting of canned foods, sweets, chocolates, fruit juices, and are supplied for a single price is termed as option A, composite supply, option B, mixed supply, option C, inward supply, option D, outward supply, and option E, none of the above. So friends, here the package consisting of canned food, sweets, chocolates, fruit juice are supplied at a single price. So here the answer would be option B, mixed supply. So friends, in mixed supply, sale is made with a combination of two or more goods at a single price. So here tax rate will be the rate of the item carrying the highest rate of tax. Like for example, here suppose friend, the GST rate applicable to canned food is 5%, sweets is 5%, chocolates is for example suppose 12%, and fruit juices for example suppose the GST rate is 18%. So friends, here the GST rate applicable to the single price charge would be the highest of all these GST rates, that is 18%. And what is composite supply? So friends, composite supply comprises of two or more goods or services which are naturally bundled. Like let's take an example of supply of goods. So in supply of goods, the packing material, transport, insurance are naturally bundled. So friends, here the GST rate will be applicable as per the GST rate of the principal supply, which in our present example is supply of goods. Moving on. Friends, under which type of leadership there is no delegation of authority? Well, the options are participative leadership, autocratic leadership, laissez-faire leadership, all of the above, and none of the above. So friends, here the correct answer is option B, autocratic leadership. So friends, under autocratic leadership, the leader takes complete control over the subordinates. And friends, when leadership is participative, there's always a flow of information between leaders and subordinates, and the decisions are made based on the feedback and suggestions of subordinates. And friends, what is laissez-faire leadership? Friends, in laissez-faire leadership, subordinates and team members have the real lead, and manager trust their employees and are confident of their abilities. So friends, in laissez-faire leadership, the ground staff, the team members play an important role. Moving on. Which of the following statement is incorrect regarding a firm operating under perfect competition? Well, the options are the firm will be a price taker, the demand curve faced by the firm is downward sloping, option C, the firm would sell nothing if it sets a higher price than the market, option D, there are no barriers to the entry into or exit from the market, and last option, all of the above are correct. So friends, here option B is incorrect. And why is that so? So friends, if you remember, perfect competition is a form of market where there are large number of buyers and large number of sellers selling homogeneous products. So friends, in that case, an individual firm will have no influence on market price. So he will be a price taker. And friends, so the demand curve of the firm will be horizontal, that is perfectly elastic. And even though the market demand curve is downward sloping. So friends, here the option B was incorrect. Moving on. Next question is that recently RBI kept the tenure of MD, CEO, whole-time director of all private sector banks including small finance banks and whole-time subsidiaries of foreign banks to dash years. Well, the options are 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years and 20 years. So friends, remember that RBI kept the tenure of MD, CEO and whole-time directors of private sector banks to 15 years. And friends, also remember that RBI also kept the upper age limit of non-executive directors and chairmen to 75 years, and it has also fixed their tenure to 8 years. So friends, for more practice of such MCQs, please visit our website financemcq.in, where the entire technical syllabus is brought to you in MCQ format for practice. And friends, this technical syllabus is very important for your selection as it covers 100 marks out of the total 150 marks of the BHEL Supervisor Trainee Finance exam. So friends, this website financemcq.in presents 2000 plus MCQs covering accountancy, business law, costing, economics, income tax, GST, management in subject-wise or topic-wise format for you to practice. And friends, this content of financemcq.in is prepared by professionals such as chartered accountant or cost and management accountant, which gives this course a professional edge and in-depth coverage of the entire technical syllabus. Friends, we have added explanations for correct answers wherever required for conceptual clarity. And apart from this, there is an email support for clarification of doubts raised by candidates while practicing these contents. And friends, the system of FinanceMCQ.in is designed in such a way with timer facility so as to give the candidates a real exam-like environment. So do visit FinanceMCQ.in and practice for your technical syllabus well. So see you all tomorrow, friends, with a new set of MCQs. Till then, thank you very much for watching. Take care and goodbye.